Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Social media versus reality. Social media versus reality. You know what, and I thought about this because on IG I follow this one page. It's like a style page and everything. And they were doing some clips showing like one of their models in one of the, one of the outfits. But then showing the reality. Now the model is like, tall, slim, all of that, a typical model. Meanwhile, the reality was just a regular dude who had some weight on him and everything, wearing the same thing, And I'm gonna tell you what, a lot of people are basing, particularly men are basing what's happening out here just on social media. Now it's having an effect, definitely, because too many people are following it and not paying attention to reality. Because see, the one thing about social media, a lot of stuff is presented in a fantastic way. Because let's be real, a lot of it's entertainment. A lot of it's entertainment. Like, for example, you get a lot of guys, the whole looks thing. Oh, you gotta look like Chad. Oh yeah, these women going crazy over Chad and everything. First of all, how much of that is real? How much of that is part of the show? Like, she like, ooh. But if they met that same Chad in public, if they met him, they'd probably be like, unless he had good communication skills, they'd probably be like, yeah, whatever. Or they might not even like acknowledge him. They might be like, wait a minute, he don't look the same. He don't look the same, And guys are basing it on that, and you got guys talking about, 1%. And now, I did a video talking about the real 1%, like the billionaires and everything, and skying of rich families. But you got some guys saying, oh, you gotta be in that top 5%, that top 1% to get women. Based on what? Social media? Dating apps? But yet, if you go outside, you go to any place where there's a crowd of people, you're going to see multiple couples with children. Now, yeah, they're going to be in different states. Yeah, some of them might just happen to be together and they might be going through some stuff, but some are going to be happy. And they're just chilling. And you know what? They're not going to all be over 6 feet or look like they could be a model, Because you got guys talking about the looks, or it's the height, all of that stuff, or this what you have to have. Yet you'll see like an attractive woman, or at least decent woman, I'll say like a minimum 6, thinking, walking around with a guy, you might be like, how he getting it? Or he's just a normal guy or something like that. He might got a little bit of weight on him. I remember I was in the store. I was in the mall the other day with my sons, and I saw this fine woman, man. She had the big old, his body and everything. She walking with this dude. You could tell they were a couple. They had a baby with them. Shoot, dude had the gut on him. But I ain't getting any vibe that they weren't happy. And you're going to see that. And now I know people say, well, Rom, you promote body game. Yeah, because my logic is if you having trouble, you get your body together, you'll do better. That's simple. But if you're doing well without looking like some fitness model or being muscular or something, go with it. And I've said that several times. And plus, the woman might like that particular body. That's the main reason I promote it. And that's another thing, too. Some guys will watch social media and think women, like I say, only liking that type of man. Women like different types. Some women like a slim dude. Some women like a dude with a little bit of stomach. Some women like a dude who might be stocky. Some of them, you literally do have to be an alpha showpiece. You get a range. That's why I say, look for your tribe. And that's why I even promote it, because I don't go by like dubious studies on social media or what's being presented. I go with the reality. And let me speak on another reality. Talks about the men's side. Because you get guys out here say, well, I'm just going to get a dime. I'm just going to get a dime. I've even seen videos like, yeah, just go for the dimes. How many dimes do you really see out here? See, one thing with social media, I've even dated some women. Dated some women. If you saw them in a picture, everything they fixed up, got that makeup on, everything. he looking like about an 8. And then when it sweats off, or they taking off those those eyelashes, they take off that makeup, you be like, damn, hold up. I mean, I've had that in person. I ain't talking trash about any of the ladies I dealt with, but let's just say that makeup gave them an extra 2 points. That makeup gave them an extra 2 points. But see, I'm realistic though, but you get some guys, oh, I want that dime. I want it. Oh, I can just get a dime. How often do you see a dime? Let's just be real. No, and not some whatever you just happen to think of as attractive, like a dime, like consensus dime. Consensus. Because there's no such thing as objective. That's some, like, let's be real, that's some racist bullshit. But some consensus. Like most guys are going to look at it and say, oh, she's fine. She's very hot. Like most, not all. Because there's always going to be somebody who's not going to feel that way. But how often do y'all see that? Guys talking about that. Well, first of all, the guys need to go outside. But how often do you see that in the real world? How often do you see? You know, and even some of these IG models or whatever. You know how much makeup they putting on? How many times they took that picture to get the right picture? Very few women just like roll out of bed beautiful. You can just look at them and tell. There's a few. There's definitely a few. But how often you see that on a daily basis? How often, like, really see it? Like, you could say they roll out of bed beautiful. But you got some guys going crazy, hitting the inboxes of certain women. But how often you going to truly see that? And even then, could you really call them a dime or just above average? Now, if guys were saying above average, okay. But real dimes, how often you going to see that? Or, you know what, another thing, lifestyle. It's easy to fake a lifestyle. Easy to fake a lifestyle. It don't take much for somebody like get a stack of money and stuff and like, yeah, I'm balling and stuff. They just withdrew some money, had a bunch of dollar bills and everything, put it together. Or they could get like a couple 20s, put it over a roll of some ones. Shoot, they might could use some Monopoly money. Or, you know, they taking a picture next to a fancy car, but it's at some high-end rental or something like that. Or maybe they just happen to go to that car place and like sneak a picture in real quick because the people selling those cars, they probably don't want you doing that. But they can fake like it. Shoot, I mean, that's old anyway. You know, a big thing is like women going to some party or something like that, but they keep the tags on those clothes handy. They faking. See, the thing with a lot of social media, somebody can fake everything, their lifestyle, or you got some, I ain't gonna call some content creators names, but pretending like they're living better than what they really are. And it's easy, but some people take it seriously. But the reality is something else. You know, take everything you see with a grain of salt. You know, even everything you see, and see what's happening out in the world. Like I'm famous for talking about the height thing because a lot of guys are so caught up, oh, he's 6 feet. But I'm like, go outside. There's plenty of guys who are under 6 feet who got women, even players. You know, there's plenty of guys who don't look like some Chad getting a woman. You know, you start measuring their face, they still got about 5 kids. You know? And I can see I need to eat if y'all hear anything. I always do these early in the morning. But here's the thing, right? You got to start dealing with reality. Once you start dealing with reality, you'll find not only dealing with it, but accepting the reality. You know? Accepting the reality. You know, getting off that like social media thing, only like 1% of men are getting women, they getting laid. Yeah, but the sure proof of a man getting laid, he walking around with some kids. And you out here, you got ordinary looking men who got children. Even with paternity fraud, they had to still have sex with the woman. So they doing something. So, you know, deal with reality. See, I deal with reality. That's why I go against a lot of what's said on these YouTube streets. Because I'm dealing with reality. That's why I say go outside. Even with everything. You know what? Let me finish with this. a lot of stuff I've said, because you get some people go against it, but I've I always get somebody who'll come back and say it. I thought what you were saying was bullshit, but then a woman confirmed it, or I saw it for myself. That's reality. Deal with reality. Social media, you know, take it with a grain of salt. Even what I say, take it with a grain of salt. Go out and find for yourself. Confirm it for yourself, okay? That's all I'm saying. And yeah, y'all can say, oh, I see where you live and everything. Okay, but I don't make a big deal out of it. Honestly, don't. You know? Because I'm telling you something else. I'm telling you how to deal with women on one level, and then, honestly, how to make yourself a better man. That's why I say, I show myself. Anybody find me in the streets or they can see what's up. They can witness what I'm about. They can see it for themselves. So, anyway, that's all I have for now. I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.